guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So a lot of people have been asking me what happened to Nicki Minaj's documentary. Okay, now I spilled this tea almost a year ago, and I was actually the first person to really tell y'all what really happened between Nicki and HBO Max. I will have that video in a pinned comment. But basically what happened was Roc Nation allegedly sent Nicki Minaj a cease and desist from Meek Mill because Meek Mill was worried that Nicki Minaj was going to talk about how she was allegedly abused by Meek Mill in this documentary. Now, if you guys remember, Nicki posted a clip from the documentary talking about how she was in an abusive relationship, and Meek Mill went ballistic. He started shading her on social media, blah, blah, blah. So when she had announced it in 2020, she received a cease and desist, and if she talks about it, she's gonna have to pay Meek Mill $700,000, allegedly. Okay? Now, from what I hear, HBO Max did not really want to ruin their relationship with Roc Nation because at the end of the day, they've worked with Beyonce in the past. Beyonce did her Lemonade film on HBO Max. And so they did not want to ruin their relationship with Beyonce and Camel Face and Meek Mill. So they were allegedly trying to figure out a solution in regards to getting the documentary out. Allegedly, they wanted her to cut that part out. And people were saying, well, she could always not mention any names. But it's already too late because when she posted that clip on social media, she didn't mention any names then. But Meek Mill already went ballistic. Okay? So he basically made it look like he's guilty. Okay? He threw himself under the bus. So that's why it's kind of hard for her to even talk about it and not mention any names because everybody's going to know that she's talking about Meek. Now, a lot of people think that it has to do with the Jen situation and these court cases. No, they were having issues before Jen started speaking out publicly and doing interviews with YouTubers and trolling the Barbs online. And before she even had Tyrone as a lawyer, Nicki was having issues with HBO Max. For what I'm hearing, Nicki Minaj still wants to put out the documentary. And she might look into other streaming platforms, but she wants to do it with HBO Max because they gave her a chance. She tried to go to Netflix. She tried to go to other streaming platforms, and not everybody would accept it. Okay? And we got to also remember that Nicki is blacklisted. So there are people behind the scenes trying to allegedly stop Nicki's bag. So deals for Nicki are harder to get when you got executives and people making phone calls. And these people are powerful. Okay? So that's another thing. So, a lot of people think it has a lot to do with the court cases, and I understand. But she was having issues before, Jen started going public and Tyrone started doing interviews, and underneath the shade room comments before the real interview, she was having issues because allegedly of Roc Nation in that cease and desist letter that she received from Meek Mill's lawyers. And Meek and Megan, they use Roc Nation's lawyers. Okay, so that's why Nicki was having issues. But from what I'm hearing, she's still trying to put it out. So hopefully, it works out in her favor. But it has a lot of old footage in this documentary too. Moving on to the Queen Bee. So should the Queen Beyonce stop making pro-black music? I see a lot of people on social media saying that they're hoping Beyonce does not come back with pro-black music. They're kind of tired of it. Now, I love Beyonce. I grew up listening to Beyonce. But I think that people don't feel like when Beyonce talks about Black Lives Matter, that is all the way authentic, okay? A lot of these celebrities just hopped on the train. And even though Beyonce has donated to the Black Lives Matter movement, I think people don't believe that it's authentic. And I think that she has done it so much. She did it with Black is King. She did it with Lemonade. You know, even recently for that song she was nominated for an Oscar for, it was technically pro-Black. And I think people feel like, okay, can you do other things? It's kind of her like staying in that one lane. And I think people want just music they can kind of dance to when it comes to Beyonce. Now, I don't mind the pro-Black music, but I do miss Sasha Fierce. I do miss Beyonce just making music where you can kind of just dance to. And I think that because, you know, the pro-Blackness is always in our face, people just want something different. Okay. But I think Beyonce is talented enough to do both. I don't think she has to stay in one lane. I mean, Beyonce is a diverse artist. She made a country song, so she can practically do anything. Moving on to Cassie. Now, some people were asking me why I don't believe that Cassie is talented. Now, Cassie definitely has bops. I've been listening to Cassie for a long time. Official Girl, Me and You, Long Way to Go. She got bops, and there's no denying that. But bops do not equate to talent. Because at the end of the day, Cassie doesn't write any of her music. She doesn't produce any of her music. And she doesn't have much range. It's kind of her one lane. Like, anybody can sing a Cassie song. Even one of us. If I go into a booth, I can sing Me and You. All I need is a little bit of autotune. Okay? It's not really that hard. It's not like she has range. Cassie cannot blow. She's an okay dancer. And the only reason why she even was able to really get into the industry is because she looks good. Let's be all the way 1,000. If Cassie looked like Azalea Banks, do you think Diddy would have given her a chance? No. Do you think she would be able to even have an album, okay? Or worked with the best producers? No. She got a chance because she looks good. And that's fine. You know, colorism, you know, pretty privilege does exist and there's nothing you can really do about it. But let's not pretend like Cassie has Beyonce type of talent or even like Sierra or Ashanti talent. She's below them. Okay. She's not even on Rihanna's level. People say, well, oh, Rihanna can't really sing like that. Well, Cassie's not even on Rihanna's level vocally. Okay. And Rihanna's not that great of a singer. She gives me very much J-Lo vibes. Okay. You know, she has the team behind her and then, you know, she's just the face of the song. That's what it gives. Moving on to Doja Cat. Doja Cat has the top 2 most streamed songs on Spotify, and a lot of fans are wondering why she's not going number 1. I keep telling y'all that the industry really don't fuck with Doja Cat like that, okay? Even with her Jewish connection, she's still having issues. And one of the reasons why is because she's not beefing with Nicki Minaj. They want the female rappers to go against Nicki. Okay, like, you know, Megan and Cardi. But because Doja Cat is still showing love to Nicki, that's why they play in her face. They nominate her in the R&B category, techno disco category, but they won't nominate her in the rap category, even though she's rapping. Okay. And then on top of that, she only got 1 Grammy, even though she had one of the most successful albums last year. And they won't let her go number 1. And she got like 4 top charting hits on Billboard. So that should tell you right there and then that the industry still don't really completely mess with Doja Cat. Okay, they tolerate her. But if she was beefing with Nicki Minaj, I guarantee you she'd be going number 1 all the time. She would probably have 3 Grammys like Megan Thee Stallion. Okay. And that's another thing. How does Doja Cat have 1 and Megan has 3? Come on now. Moving on to Offset. So P from QC unfollows Cardi B and Offset. Now, if you don't know who P is, he's basically the head person in charge at QC. Okay. And with that being said, I'm not really shocked because Offset, from what I'm hearing, he doesn't want to be on QC no more. He trying to leave QC. Allegedly, the Migos at one point in time felt like QC owed them money. I don't know if they ever got their check yet. But P from QC was allegedly giving the Migos money to Lil Baby. That was allegedly the word on the curb. So Offset is trying to do his Beyonce thing and do solo, activities, solo projects, while I guess Quavo and Takeoff are going to be Kelly and Michelle. Okay? Now, my whole thing is, does Offset have the potential to be the Beyonce of the group and have the most success by themselves? I don't know. I feel like Takeoff, to me, is the most talented. Quavo looks better than Offset, but Offset got Cardi B. Okay? So let me know how you guys feel about that. Would you guys be here for a Cardi B and Offset album? But I think Cardi B needs to focus on her solo album before she starts doing joint albums. So let me know how you guys feel about that. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and have an amazing day.